we are studying is curved mirrors, or you can call them as spherical mirrors also. Okay, ma? So these curved mirrors, they are a part of a sphere. They are a part of a sphere, hollow sphere. Are you able to understand, ma? So for example, if I take a sphere of glass, what is this one, ma? Hollow glass sphere. Are you able to understand? Hollow glass sphere, I cut this one into two parts. Okay. If I cut it into two parts, so this is one part and this is another part which is created now. Two parts are created. Clear now? So if I paint it on the outside surface, then which surface is behaving like a reflecting surface? Inside surface. Concave surface. This is looking like a cave, no? So this surface or inside surface is behaving like a reflecting surface. So that kind of mirror, you can call it as concave mirror. Are you able to understand now? So which surface is behaving like a reflecting surface, ma? Inside surface is behaving like a reflecting surface. Now you take this mirror, this is the second part of the mirror, no, ma? To this mirror, if you paint it on the inside, okay, then outside surface is behaving like a reflecting surface. So therefore this kind of mirror you can call it as convex mirror. Okay, ma? So these are the two types of curved mirrors which we have in ray optics. So one is a concave mirror, second one is a convex mirror. So you should not understand, you should not forget the difference between them. So here which surface is behaving like a reflecting surface, ma? Inside surface, or the surface which is looking like a cave, that is behaving like a reflecting surface, whereas here outer surface is behaving like a reflecting surface. Are you able to understand, ma? So this is basically what is called as concave and convex mirrors, curved mirrors. Okay, ma? That's it. Now see. So we will study about the different terminologies which are related to this curved mirrors. Are you able to understand, ma? Or you can say terms related to curved mirrors. Okay. So first of all, you have to study about radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. It is represented by the letter R. Okay. So what is meant by radius of curvature? See, ma, here, this mirror and this mirror, they are part of a sphere, no, ma? They are part of a sphere. If you take the radius of that sphere, of which these mirrors are made up of, then that radius is nothing but radius of curvature. Are you able to understand? It means these two mirrors are made from this sphere, no? So you take the radius of this sphere, this radius is nothing but radius of curvature. So how much curved they are, that is decided by the radius itself, no? So that radius is nothing but radius of curvature. Are you able to understand, no? So therefore what we call, how I write this one in the form of statements, I say that, so it is the radius of that sphere from which curved mirror is made up of. Okay, ma? So that radius is nothing but radius of curvature. Okay. For example, if you take this is a concave mirror which is painted on the outside, how can you decide the radius of curvature of this mirror? Very simple. Just you complete this one into a circle. Okay, ma? Then if you take the radius of this circle, then that is nothing but radius of curvature. Are you able to understand, ma? That's it. So every mirror is made up of is a part of a sphere only, no? You take the radius of that sphere. That is nothing but radius of curvature. Fine? Okay. Then we study about the second term which you should study, which is called as pole of the mirror. Okay, ma? What is meant by pole of the mirror? The the geometrical center of the mirror. Geometrical center of the mirror is called pole of the mirror. Are you able to understand? No? So which is the geometrical center? No? For example, this is a convex mirror. Consider this is a concave mirror. Then what will be the geometrical center? Exactly, geometrical center means middle of this mirror. This point is nothing but pole of the mirror, represented by P. That is the geometrical center. Clear now? And here what is the geometrical center? This is called as pole P, geometrical center of this mirror. Are you able to understand now? That's all. Clear now? So, next parameter which we are studying is, clear now? So, center of curvature. Center of curvature. Okay, represented by the letter C. Pole of the mirror is represented by P. Center of curvature means again same concept. It is the center of that mirror of that sphere of which mirror is a part. Okay, ma? For example, if you take concave mirror, okay, ma? It is basically made up of this sphere, no? So center of this sphere is nothing but center of curvature. Are you able to understand? No? Curved mirrors, they are made up of spheres only, no? So center of that sphere is nothing but center of curvature. Okay. Then the next parameter is principal axis. Principal axis. Okay. So the line joining center of curvature and pole of the mirror is called principal axis. Are you able to understand? No? So what is the meaning of that? Let us see. For example, this is a concave mirror. Okay, ma? So if you complete this one in the form of a circle, center of curvature is somewhere here. Okay, ma? What is this C? This is the center of that sphere of which this mirror is made up of. Okay, ma? And we have here pole also is present, no? Geometrical center of the mirror is called as pole of the mirror. Okay, ma? Then by connecting both of them, if you draw a straight line, okay, ma? Then this straight line is called as principal axis. Are you able to understand? So next one, aperture of a mirror. Aperture. Okay. So the length through which reflection takes place. The length through which reflection takes place is called as aperture of the mirror. Straight line distance. Are you able to understand, ma? For example, if it is a concave mirror, then reflection is taking place from this length to this length, ma? So this straight line length I can call it as aperture of the mirror. Okay, ma? It means the length through which reflection takes place. In cameras also you should have seen aperture. No? He will be mentioning aperture is this much. Clear number? So aperture means nothing but this one. So the length through which reflection takes place is nothing but aperture of the mirror. Okay, ma? Then we study about the next parameter which is called as focus. Focus. Are you able to understand? What is meant by focus? So, if light rays traveling parallel to principal axis after reflection, or we will write like this, principal axis strike the mirror Strike the mirror. Which mirror? Curved mirrors only we are discussing. Strike the mirror. Then after reflection, all of them pass through a single point, which is called focus. Okay, ma? Represented by capital F. Okay. Now can you say what is the meaning of the statement which we have written? Okay, ma? So light rays, how they should be falling on the mirror? They should be falling parallel to the principal axis. Then all of them, if they fall on the mirror, then if they reflect, all of them they will pass through only one point. That point is called as focus of the mirror. Are you able to understand, ma? Let us try to understand what is the meaning of this. See, here, consider this is a concave mirror. Clear, ma? So this is the pole of the mirror, and center of curvature, let us suppose it is somewhere here. It is not that much for our understanding. Let it be somewhere here. Then what is this line called as, ma? That line is nothing but principal axis, no? Okay. Now all the light rays, how they are traveling? They are traveling parallel to the principal axis. Okay. So this light ray is also traveling parallel to the principal axis. This light ray is also traveling parallelly. This is also traveling parallel to the principal axis. So ray number 1, ray number 2, ray number 3 and ray number 4. 4 light rays are passing parallel to the principal axis. They are parallel only, no ma? This is the principal axis. To the principal axis, all the 4 light rays, they are parallel. Then after reflection, all of them, they pass through one point, and that point is nothing but focus. So this is light ray number 1. Okay, ma? So this is light ray number 2. Okay. This is light ray number 3. And which is the 4th one? This is light ray number 4. Okay. So all of them, they are passing through only one point, no? That point is nothing but focus. Okay. So every curved mirror will have a focus. And here concave mirror will have a real focus. Convex mirror will have a virtual focus. That we will discuss later. Are you able to understand? Up to here it is clear now? Okay. So next parameter which we will study is focal length. Okay, ma? Focal length, represented by small f. So what is meant by focal length? So the distance between pole and focus is called focal length. Are you able to understand? So what is the meaning of this one? Let us draw the diagram once again. So consider this is the pole. Okay, ma? This is the center of curvature, and this point is the focus point. Okay. Then this distance is called as f, focal length. Distance between geometrical center of the mirror and focus of the mirror is called focal length. This is a concave mirror. Are you able to understand, ma? That's it. Then this distance. So distance from pole of the mirror to center of curvature is called r, radius of curvature. Okay, ma? Small f is called focal length. Capital R is called as radius of curvature. Okay, fine now. Then we write one more relation. Okay, so relation between R and F, small f. Relation between R and F. Okay. So relation is R is equals to 2F. That's all. This is the relation. There is some proof also. We are not going for the proof. Just remember this one. It means focal length is exactly where this focus is present. Focus is at the middle of pole and the center of curvature. Exactly at the middle. If this total distance is 30 centimeter, this will be 15 centimeter. That is the relation between R and F. Or you can just write F is equals to R by 2. So focal length is half of the radius of curvature. Able to understand, ma? That's it. So remember up to here, then we will study in the next class. Fine? Okay, ma? So see, my next concept which we are studying is image formation in the case of curved mirrors. In plane mirrors, what we have studied in plane mirrors, for example, if this is a plane mirror, so if object is present here, object distance is this much, then image also will be created at the same distance, no? Image also will be created at the same distance. Size also will be same, shape also will be same, okay? But in the case of plane mirrors, the image will be laterally inverted. Laterally inverted. So what is the kind of image you can see in the case of plane mirrors, ma? In the case of plane mirrors, you can see laterally inverted image. Laterally inverted image means what? If you show your right hand, mirror will show your left hand. Clear, na? That's what you see, no? If you show your right hand in the mirror, then if you observe, it appears as if it is your left hand. So that kind of inversion, what we call, that kind of inversion we can call it as laterally inverted image. In the case of plane mirrors, you can see this, okay? So size will be same, shape will be same, distance also will be same. But that is not the condition in the case of curved mirrors. In the curved mirrors, the position of the image, the size of the image depends on position of the object. Object distance changes continuously. Image position, image size and shape will remain same. Size will remain variously. Are you able to understand, ma? So to calculate the image formation, we use a formula which is called as mirror formula. Mirror formula. Are you able to understand, ma? And what is the mirror formula? 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. This formula we can call it as mirror formula. Okay, ma? There is some derivation, ma, which I am not doing, which is not required. So just remember up to here. 1 by V plus 1 by U is equals to 1 by F. What is meant by V here? V is called as image distance. Okay. U is called as object distance. F is called as focal length. Focal length. Okay, ma? So if I know image distance, if I know object distance and focal length, I can calculate image distance. If I know the distance of image and focal length, I can calculate object distance. Are you able to understand, ma? So this formula we can call it as the mirror formula. 1 by V plus 1 by U is equals to 1 by F. Now here sign conventions are very important. Which one I have to take positive, which one I have to take negative, that is very important. Okay. So first of all, let us study about the sign conventions. Sign conventions in the case of curved mirrors. Okay, ma? First sign convention is all distances should be measured. All distances should be measured from pole itself. All distances from where you have to measure, ma? All the distances you have to measure from pole of the mirror. We know what is meant by pole of the mirror, no? Geometrical center of the mirror is called as pole of the mirror. So every distance we have to measure from the pole itself. Clear? Second one, if distance is in the direction of light incident, clear, ma? Then such distance is positive. Okay, ma? And vice versa. Now can you say what is the meaning of this statement? Okay. So every distance I have to measure from pole itself. Now from the pole, if I travel in the direction of incident light, first of all light should fall on the mirror, no, ma? If I am also traveling in the same direction in which light is traveling, then such distances should be taken positive. Vice versa means otherwise negative. It means light is traveling in this direction, I am traveling in opposite direction, then such a distance should be taken negative. Fine. Third point is that if distance is measured above the principal axis, Okay, ma? Then such distance is taken positive and vice versa. Okay, ma? So if I measure this distance above the principal axis, then such a distance should be taken positive, otherwise you have to take negative. Are you able to understand? So these are the sign conventions which we have in the case of plane mirrors. Now let us try to understand what is the meaning of this one. Now see. So consider this is a concave mirror. So this is the pole, this is the center of curvature, and this is the focus. So focus will be exactly in the middle of C and P1. Exactly, it will be in the middle of center of curvature and pole. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now let us consider object is somewhere here. So this is the position of the object. Object is here. Okay, ma? Okay. Then I observe that image will be formed somewhere here. So this will be the size and shape of the image. Are you able to understand, ma? So then every distance I have to measure from where? What is the first rule we have written? Every distance I have to measure from the pole of the mirror itself. Are you able to understand? See, from this object, light travels in this direction and falls on the mirror. No? What is this direction? This is the direction of incident light. Are you able to understand, ma? Light should travel in this direction and it should fall on the mirror. But every distance I have to measure from pole itself. It means, for example, if I want to measure the distance of this object, I have to start from here. No? So I have to start from here and I have to measure in this direction. Okay. Starting position should be what? So starting, I have to start from pole. No? Every distance I have to measure from the pole itself. You should not start from here. You should start from here. Okay. So from the pole, I want to travel the object distance. Then object distance is measured by u. Okay, ma? Now the question is it plus u or minus u? Minus u. Why minus u? Because light is falling in one direction, but I am traveling in opposite direction. So this distance I have to write minus u. Okay. Now if I see this is the image, no, ma? This is the object and this one is the image. So image distance also again I have to measure from the pole itself. Okay. Now image distance is measured by v, plus v or minus v? Minus v I have to take. Okay. Because light is falling in one direction, but I am traveling in opposite direction. Okay. Ma? Now if I want to measure the height of this object, so above the principal axis, it is having a height of h1. Okay, ma? Height is h1. Plus h1 or minus h1? Plus h1. Why plus h1? Because it is above the principal axis. No? Okay, ma? Because it is above principal axis, this height should be taken plus h1. Clear? Similarly, if I want to measure the height of this image height is h2. Let us consider. Clear, no? Now the question is plus h2 or minus h2? Minus h2. Why minus h2? Because it is below the principal axis. Are you able to understand, ma? So these are the sign conventions which we are supposed to remember, and by using the mirror formula 1 by v plus 1 by u is equals to 1 by f, you can exactly calculate what is the position of the image if you know object distance and if you know the focal length. Okay, what is meant by focal length? This distance is nothing but focal length. Are you able to understand, ma? So distance from pole of the mirror to focus of the mirror, that is called as focal length. Are you able to understand? That's it. Okay, ma? So this is the formation of images according to formula. According to the formula. Now we can find out the approximate position of the image by using some geometrical constructions also. Are you able to understand, ma? Now we are going to study that constructions. Did you draw this diagram, ma? Make it out first. By using mirror formula, no? Now we are studying with the help of representative rays. Okay. See, ma, these representative rays, they are also called as shortcut rays. Okay, ma? Shortcut rays. What is the first ray? Let us see. First ray is, if this is a concave mirror, this is the principal axis, this is the center of curvature, this is the focus, and this is the pole. Okay, ma? See, ma, any light ray passing parallel to the principal axis after reflection, it must pass through the focus. That is called as ray number 1. Okay, this is satisfied for any kind of mirror, any kind of curved mirror. This is always satisfied. Okay, Which light ray? Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. It is parallel to principal axis. After reflection, how it should pass? It must pass through the focus. Clear? This is ray number 1. Ray number 2. Can you say exactly what is the opposite of this light ray? Ma? This light ray ki opposite ray cheppandi. So, cheppandi. Light ray. Light ray passing through the focus. Consider one light ray is passing through the focus like this. Then after reflection, it should pass exactly parallel to the principal axis. This is ray number. This is understandable only, no? If one light ray is passing parallel to the principal axis, after reflection, it should pass through the focus. Another light ray passing through the focus. After reflection, it should pass parallel to the principal axis. Are you able to understand? Ray number 2. Let us draw one more ray. Ray number 3. Clear, ma? So consider this is a curved mirror. Okay. So this is the center of curvature. This is the pole, and this one is the focus. Clear, ma? Then light ray passing through the center of curvature. Light ray is passing through the center of curvature. After reflection, how it should pass? Can you say? Question arthamayinda? Light ray passing through the center of curvature. After reflection, how it will reflect? Same path. Sure. So she is saying that it will return in the same path. How can you say? Correct. What you are saying is correct, but what is the reason? How can you say? Light ray passing through the center of curvature retraces the path. It means again it returns in the same path. How can you say? Angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is how much? Angle of incidence is 0. Angle of reflection 0. Angle of incidence is 0. How can you say? Angle of incidence is 0. How can you say? Sima. What is a mirror basically? Curved mirrors, they are part of sphere only. No? Curved mirrors, they are part of sphere. And what is the center of this sphere called as? Center of this sphere is called as radius of curvature. No? Center of the sphere, you can call it as C, center of curvature, and this distance is called radius of curvature. So this line, it always becomes the perpendicular to the contact surface. No? It means this is the normal. So if you draw a line on the normal itself, are you able to understand? Ma? It is inclined, it is falling on the mirror at an angle of 0. So it reflects also at an angle of 0 only, because angle of incidence should be always equal to angle of reflection. Okay, ma? So from the center of curvature, if you draw a line, it will meet the mirror at what angle? It will meet the mirror at 90 degrees. Okay. So circle మధ్యలోంచి లైన్ డ్రా చేస్తే సర్కిల్కి ఎక్కడ ఎంత యాంగిల్లో మీట్ అవుతుంది? అది 90 degreesలో మీట్ అవుతుంది. Are you able to understand? So therefore this line itself is the normal. This line itself is the normal. So if light is passing on the normal itself, then angle of incidence 0. Angle of reflection 0. It means light ray should retrace the path. Okay, ma? So therefore here what I say, here angle of incidence is 0. So therefore angle of reflection is also 0. Are you able to understand? So therefore if you draw a light ray on the center of curvature and it meets the mirror, then it will retrace the path. This is representative ray number 3. Okay. Representative ray number 4. 4 is not so much useful, but in some conditions it is useful. See, ma? So light ray passing at an angle to the mirror. For example, this angle made is angle theta. Then after reflection also it should make a same angle of theta. Because again angle of incidence and angle of reflection, they should be equal. Okay, ma? So this is ray number 4. So by using these rays, I can construct the position of the image if I know the position of the object. Clear, nama? So ray number 1, ray number 2, ray number 3 and ray number 4. Are you able to understand the logic, ma? Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it should pass through the focus. Light ray passing through the focus, after reflection it should pass parallel to the principal axis. Light ray passing through the center of curvature retraces the path. Light ray falling at an angle of theta at the center of the mirror it also reflects at the same angle of theta, because angle of incidence and angle of reflection, they must be equal. Clear? That's it. Now let us try the image formation. Completed ma? Taking ma? Position is, object is present at a very long distance. For example, what is the meaning of this one? Sun is an example, no ma? Sun is a source of light which is present at how much distance? Very, very, very long distance. So you can call that the sun is present at infinity. And consider sun is the object. Sun is object. Are you able to understand? Now, when object is present at a very large distance, then how light rays travel? Light rays, they travel parallel to the principal axis. This is what we understand now. Okay, ma? For example, if object is present here, light rays will fall like this. Okay, one light ray will fall here, one light ray will fall here, one light ray will fall here. Okay, where object is present at a small distance. But object is present at a very, very long distance, no? So all the light rays we can consider they will travel parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Now when light rays travel parallel to the principal axis, from where they should pass? 4 rays we have written now. I will draw all the 4 rays here. Clear now? So ray number 1, light ray passing parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus. Ray number 2, light ray passing through the focus after reflection passes parallel to the principal axis. Clear number? Ray number 3, light ray passing through the center of curvature retraces the path. Ray number 4, light ray passing at an angle of theta to the mirror, it reflects in the same angle. These are the 4 rays. Okay. Now which ray I have to use here? 1, 2, 3 or 4? First one. What is the first one? Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis, it passes through the focus. Clear now? So it means this light ray passes like this and this light ray passes like this. Okay. And wherever these 2 light rays they meet each other, their image will be created. Image ekkada create avutundi? Wherever 2 light rays they meet each other, their image will be created. So image is created exactly at the focus, no? Image is created exactly at the focus. So what kind of image it will be? Nature of the image we will write down. Okay, ma? Nature of image. So first one is, it is a real image. Real image only, no? Because this light ray is formed because of real light rays. So definitely real image. Okay. Second one, it is an inverted image. Inverted image. It means if object is like this, image will be created like this. Inverted image. Clear? No? Third property, it is a point image. Point image. Or you can call it as highly diminished image. Highly diminished image, or you can just call it as a point image. Are you able to understand, ma? And one more property, it is formed at the focus. Where it is formed, ma? It is formed at the focus. Okay. So these are the properties of images which are formed when object is present where? Object is present at infinity. Okay. You should have seen this image formation by taking some lenses, no? If you take a convex lens, and if you place on a piece of paper under the sunlight, then you can see very small dot appears on the paper, no? Paper paina chinna dot kanipistundi. Bright, very bright dot. What is that dot? That is the image of the sun. That dot is nothing but image of the sun. All the light rays you are making to focus at one point, immediately the paper will start burning. Okay? But if you place the paper in sunlight for 10 days also, paper will never burn. Okay? So by using the same concept only, Thomas Alva Edison, he gave one statement. Thomas Alva Edison, he said that, so concentrate very hard at the work which is present in your hand. Whatever work you have at your hand, concentrate it very hard. Sun rays doesn't burn until you bring them to a focus. Sun rays will never burn until you bring all the energy to at one point, and that point is called focus. Until you don't bring your total concentration to one position, result is never going to be produced. Clear? Sun rays, until they fall at one point, they will not burn the paper. But same paper, if you keep in sunlight for 10 days also, nothing will happen. Are you able to understand? So here also same concept is happening. All the light rays passing parallel to the principal axis, they will fall at the focus. So here if you keep a piece of paper, then the image of the sun will be formed on the paper. And what will be the shape and size of the image? Very point image, no, very small image. So highly diminished image, but it will be inverted image. If sun is like this, image will be like this. Are you able to understand, ma? And the paper will start burning also, if sunlight is quite good. Fine, ma? So these are the properties of the image when object is present at a large distance. Okay. Now let us see, completed, trying this one. Next, let us see. Object beyond the center of curvature. C of C means center of curvature. This one. Object, where is the object? Ma? Object is beyond the center of curvature. Clear? Now let us see. Okay. So let us see what is the meaning of this one. So this is the mirror, this is the principal axis, this is the pole, and this is the focus, center of curvature, and this is the focus. Clear, ma? So consider object is present somewhere here. This is the object. So it is beyond the center of curvature. Now after crossing the center of curvature, object is present. Okay, ma? Now we have to use some of those light rays. Any light ray you can use, your wish. I will use first one. Which is the first one? This is a concave mirror we are discussing now. All image formations we are doing for concave mirrors only now. Okay. So light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it should pass through the focus. That's all. After reflection, it should pass through the focus. What is this ray? This is ray number 1. Representative ray number 1. Clear now? Another light ray passing through the focus. After reflection, it should pass parallel to the principal axis. So this is ray number 2. Ray number 2 only, no? Light ray passing through the focus. After reflection, it should pass parallel to the principal axis. Where these two light rays they are meeting here, no? So here I can say a real image will be created. Okay, ma? So what kind of image will be created? Real image will be created. How I can say it is real image? Because this image is created because of real light rays, no ma? See ma, these light rays they are passing from head of this lamp. So head will be created here. Okay. So if you take this representative ray number 3, one light ray should be passing from the base of this candle also, no? One light ray is passing through the base of the candle, but it is passing through the center of curvature. So it will retrace the path. Okay. It means base is present on the principal axis, head is present here. So definitely inverted image, no? What kind of image? Inverted image. Inverted image enduku arthamavutunda? These are the two light rays coming from top. They are meeting here. It means the top of the image is created here. The light ray passing through the base, again it is present on the same principal axis. So base is present here. So this is the image which is created. Are you able to understand me? Now see what is the nature of the image. Real image, is it correct? Correct. Inverted image. Inverted kada? Definitely inverted image. Point image. This is not a point image. This is a diminished image. Size has slightly reduced. Clear ma? Diminished image. Okay. And where it is formed? It is formed in between center of curvature and focus. That's all, ma? So where it is formed, ma? So it is formed between center of curvature and focus. So that is the nature of the image created when object is beyond the center of curvature. Are you able to understand, ma? So object center of curvature ni daati undanukondi. Center of curvature ki focus ki madhyalo image ni create chestundi. Okay? And this image can you take on a paper? Paper akkada pettinamante paper paina dani image padutundi. Because it is a real image. Real image, no, ma? Definitely you can take on a paper. Clear? Paper means screen. You can take on a screen. Clear? Third condition. Third condition is object is on the center of curvature. Object is present on the center of curvature. So what is the image? Okay. So consider this is the concave mirror. This is the center of curvature. This is the pole, and this one is the focus. Clear now? So where is the object? Object is present on the center of curvature. Here. Okay. So let us see if we can get a good diagram or not. See, light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. Where it should pass, ma? It should pass through the focus like this. So my exact diagrams we cannot get, ma, because we are human beings, no, always we make errors. Let us try to draw a good diagram. So light ray is passing through the focus. Okay. Now take one more light ray. Light ray passing through the focus. Representative ray number 2. Okay. Then after reflection, it should pass parallel to the principal axis. Okay. It should pass parallel to the principal axis. So now see where is the light rays they are meeting. Light rays they are meeting exactly below the object itself. Are you able to understand, ma? Where image should be created, ma? Image should be created below the object itself. Okay. So therefore, what is the nature of the image? Real image. Is it correct? Correct. Inverted image? Correct. Diminished image? No. Same size. Image is what case of shape, ma? Same size. Size is not changed. Okay. Next, where it is present? It is present below the center of curvature. Clear, ma? Or exactly you can say below the object. Below the object. So this is the nature of image created when object is present on the center of curvature. Okay. So we are not doing any rocket science, ma, here. Just using representative rays and constructing the diagrams. Very simple. Okay. Third class student, if you can make him learn properly, definitely he will draw. I mean, I know drawing neat. Clear? There is no concept of thinking here. Fine. Next one, fourth position. Okay. Object between center of curvature and focus. Now what is the next position we are taking, ma? Object is present in between the center of curvature and the focus. Now let us see. Okay. So studying, ma, object is present in between center of curvature and focus. Okay. Now let us see. So therefore, this is a concave mirror. Pole, center of curvature, and this is the focus. Clear, ma? So consider object is present here. This is the object. Clear, ma? It is present in between center of curvature and focus. Okay. Then first light ray will take, light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it should pass through the focus. Clear, ma? So this is which representative ray? Ray number 1. Second ray, light ray passing through the focus. After reflection, it should pass parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Now see what is the position of the image. Image is created somewhere here. This is the image which is created now. Clear now? So therefore, now say the nature of the image. Real image, inverted image, size, enlarged size. Size has become more, no? Enlarged size. So enlarged size. Okay. And where it is present? Beyond the center of curvature. Clear, no? It is present beyond the center of curvature. Okay, ma? This is the nature of the image. Are you drawing? Object is present on the focus. Okay, ma? Now I am placing the object on the focus itself. Clear? So what is the meaning of that? So this is the object. This is the mirror. Okay, ma? So this is the center of curvature, pole, and this one is the focus. Clear, ma? Now we are placing the object on the focus itself. Okay. And this is what kind of mirror? Concave mirror. So light rays passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, should pass through the focus. That's all, ma? Light ray passing. This is ray number 1, passing parallel, passing through the focus. Clear? Then ray number 2 I cannot write here. Light ray passing through the focus, here it is not possible. So I will use either ray number 3 or ray number 4. Let us use ray number 4. What is ray number 4? Light touching the pole at an angle of theta, then it should reflect at the same angle, no? This is ray number 4, no? Clear? This is the image which is created. Now if you see here, where these two light rays, they are meeting with each other. They are not meeting at all. They are not meeting at all. Okay? So we will assume that maybe somewhere they will go up to infinity and they will meet at the infinity. Are you able to understand? So therefore image is also created at the infinity. If image is created at infinity, it will be a very large image. It will be a real image. It will be an inverted image formed at the infinity. These are the properties. Are you able to understand, ma? Asal meet avatam ledhu. So image doesn't form. But for theoretical purpose, we say that image is formed somewhere at the infinity. That is the meaning of it. Are you able to understand, ma? So this is the same technique which is used by magicians also to disappear objects. That we will study in lenses. Clear? Ma? So they will make the image to form somewhere at infinity. It means you cannot see that image. It appears as if image has disappeared. Okay, ma? So one of the trick of a magician. Okay. So therefore, what is the nature of the image, ma? Definitely it is a real image, inverted image. Third property is highly enlarged image. Highly enlarged. Because it will form somewhere at infinity, no? Size of the image will be very large. Clear? And where it will be formed at infinity. This is the nature of the image. Fine. Next, sixth one. Completed, ma? So sixth one is quite different, ma? Here we have to understand it very carefully. Okay. Sixth one is object between pole and focus. Okay. Object is present in between pole and the focus. Let us see what is the meaning of it. So consider this is a curved mirror. Okay, ma? So this is the pole, this is the focus, and this is the center of curvature. Sorry. Pole, center of curvature, and focus. Clear now? So object is present here. Object is present in between the pole and the focus. Okay. Now let us see how we can draw light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it should pass through the focus. Clear now? Why I am drawing dotted images here, dotted line? Because light ray cannot pass. No? Light ray will strike the mirror and it will end up there only. Are you able to understand? And one more light ray. Now I will use ray number 3. What is ray number 3, ma? Light ray passing through the center of curvature. After reflection, it will pass through the center of curvature only. Are you able to understand? It means that these two light rays, they cannot meet with each other. But if you extend them backwards, clear, ma? If you extend them backwards, they will meet somewhere here. It means what is the nature of the image which is created? Nature of the image created is virtual image. Okay. So in this condition, you will find a virtual image. Are you able to understand? So therefore, what are the properties of image? Properties of images are, first one, it is a virtual image, it is not a real image. Virtual image means what? You can see that image inside the mirror. Mirror లోపల మీకు కనిపిస్తుంది. స్క్రీన్ మీద తీసుకోవాలంటే కుదరదు అనమాట. ఏమైనా ఉంటాయి కదా తీసుకోవడానికి. You cannot take it inside a screen. Are you able to understand, ma? See, ma, property eyes has given such a nature to the eyes that in whatever direction light enters into your eyes, in whatever direction light enters into your eyes will believe that light object is present in the same direction. Are you able to understand, ma? For example, in the case of what you call in oasis kadra, mirages, you see mirages in deserts, no? So it appears as if water is present on the sand in deserts. At summer days, you will find water is present at 2 kilometer distance in deserts. But if you go to 2 kilometer distance, it appears water is present again after 2 kilometers. So patane untaru meer atla. So what is happening there? It is the light that is coming from the clouds. Because of very heat, huge amount of heat is there, density of air will be reduced at the surface of the ground. So from the clouds, light comes like this. It bends, 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 and bends, and you are here. It reaches into your eyes. Clouds are here, man is here. So light will bend continuously, and it will reach in this direction. Okay? So light reaches from the clouds in this direction. So for you, how it appears the clouds are present here. Understand? So therefore, the person believes that a cloud is group of water molecules only, no? So he believes water is present somewhere, and he starts running to that mirage. So here also same concept. Clear, ma? So in which direction light is entering into your eyes? Eyes will believe that object is present in the same direction. So therefore, if you extend this light rays backwards, it appears as if image is present here. Are you able to understand, ma? So what kind of image? Virtual image. Second one, erect image. It is not inverted image, no, ma? Erect image. See, the top of the candle is here, top of the candle is here. Erect image. Clear? Third one, enlarged image. Enlarged image. Clear, ma? Fourth one is behind the mirror or inside the mirror. Image is formed inside the mirror. Are you able to understand, ma? See, ma, this property of this concave mirror is used by dentist. If all your teeth are destroyed, you have to go to a dentist. Clear, ma? Then what a dentist does is, he places your tooth between the focus and pole of a concave mirror. ఇక్కడ ప్లేస్ చేస్తాడు మీ టూత్, అంటే పీకి దాన్ని అక్కడ పెట్టాడు, మిర్రర్ని అక్కడికి తీసుకొని వస్తాడు అనమాట. He will place the mirror such that your tooth is present between focus and the pole. Immediately what kind of image will be created? Enlarged virtual image will be created. It means size of your tooth will be increased. He sees that image and he will estimate what he has to do with your tooth. పీకేయాలన్నా రిపేర్ చేయాలని అప్పుడు డిసైడ్ అవుతాడు అనమాట. Are you able to understand? That's it. So what is the nature of the image, ma? It is an enlarged image, virtual image, erect image, and it is formed inside the image, inside the mirror. Clear? That's it. Transformation in the case of convex mirror. Now until now we have studied all the cases related to concave mirrors. No? Now convex mirror, and for convex mirror we have only one condition. Concave ki 6 unnai, convex ki oke oka condition. Let us see what is that condition. Clear, ma? So consider this is a convex mirror. Convex mirror means where it is painted, ma? It is painted on the inside. Are you able to understand? And see, ma, concave mirror has a real focus. Concave mirror has a real focus because all the light rays actually they pass through the focus. But a convex mirror, it has a virtual focus. Virtual focus means what? Let us see. See, ma, this mirror, this is also made of a sphere, no? So its center of curvature will be somewhere here. Virtual center of curvature. And exactly at the middle of pole and the focus, there will be focus. Virtual focus. Okay? Why it is called virtual focus? Let us see. Light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. How they should reflect, ma? Can they pass through the focus? Arthamatunda? Representative ray number 1, what we have discussed, light ray passing parallel to the principal axis, it should pass through the focus. Okay? But here, can it pass through the focus? No, mirror is there, no? How it can pass? So therefore, how it will reflect is that, it will reflect such that, if you extend this one backwards, it will fall on the focus. ఎలా రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుందంటే, ఆ లైట్ రేని మీరు బ్యాక్వర్డ్స్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేస్తే అది వెళ్ళి ఫోకస్ని టచ్ అవుతుంది. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్? సో దిస్ ఈస్ రే నెంబర్ 1 in the case of convex mirror. Are you able to understand? It also pass through the focus, but real rays doesn't pass. Virtual rays will pass. Okay? And here also angle of incidence is always equals to angle of reflection. That is always satisfied. Angle of incidence and angle of reflection are always satisfied. They are equal. So therefore, light rays passing through the parallel to the principal axis after reflection, if you extend that one backwards, it will reflect such that reflected rays will pass through the focus. Ray number 1. Clear? One more light ray, let us see. So this is a convex mirror. This is the center of curvature. This is the focus, and this one is the pole. Okay, ma? So how shall I draw the diagram? Light rays passing through the focus. Okay, ma? This is the focus, no? Light ray passing through the focus. Can light ray enter into this mirror? No. So therefore what will happen, it will reflect here only and it will pass parallel to the principal axis. Okay, that's the representative ray number 2 which we have studied now. Light ray passing through the focus. After reflection, they will pass parallel to the principal axis. Here also same condition, but the problem is you can draw only virtual light rays only. Okay, light ray passing through the focus, but how it will be reflected? Parallel to the principal axis. So this is representative ray number 3. Similarly, you can write a 3 and 4 also. No, light ray passing through the center of curvature retraces the path. Light ray falling at an angle of theta at the pole, it is reflected at an angle of theta also. No need of drawing once again. Clear? Now let us see the image formation. Okay, ma? Image formation. Okay. In image formation, this is a convex mirror. Light ray passing. First of all, let us place an object. Ma? This is an object. This is the center of curvature, focus, and this is the pole. Clear now? So light ray passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it should pass through the focus. Clear now? And light ray falling at an angle of theta to the mirror. It should be reflected by same angle of theta. This is ray number 1, this is ray number 4. Ray number 4 I have not drawn. I hope you can understand, no? Light ray falling at an angle of theta, it should reflect at the same angle. See, ma, this one and this one, are they meeting with each other? Okati Kashmir bota undi, ingoti Kanyakumari bota undi. They never meet with each other. Clear? So therefore what I have to do? Extend them backwards. If I extend them backwards, extended light rays are meeting here, no? It means that a virtual image is created here. This is the virtual image which is created. Are you able to understand now? Fine. Okay. So what are the properties of image? Properties of image. Properties of image are, first property, it is a virtual image. It is not a real image. Second one, it is erect image. It is not inverted image, no? Because these two light rays, they are meeting here and they are coming from the top of the candle, no? So here also top will be present, here bottom will be present. Okay. So erect image. Third property, it is diminished image, no? Size has reduced. Diminished image. Fourth property, it is present, it is always present between pole and the focus. Wherever may be the object, image is always created in between the pole and the focus. So only one condition is there for convex mirror. Okay, one condition. Clear? No? So therefore what I would say, image always between pole and the focus, irrespective of object position. Irrespective of object position. What is meant by irrespective of object position, ma? Wherever may be the object, image is always created in between the pole and the focus. That's it. Okay, ma? So this is the only construction in the case of convex mirror. Fine? That's all. This is about image formations, ma? In the next class, we will do some problems related to mirror form. 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Okay? Then we will study about magnification.